Good morning, students. Welcome to our new unit, Pressure in Liquids and Gases. What do you mean by pressure? Pressure is the force exerted per unit area. We know matter in three states: solids, liquids, and gases. In this chapter, we discuss the pressure exerted by liquids and gases. In this chapter, we demonstrate several experiments based on atmospheric pressure. Then let's do the first experiment. Place a wooden ruler on the table. Place a folded paper, 8-fold paper on it, and press quickly on the free end of the ruler. Then what can you observe? The paper fell down. Then unfold the paper. That's only your 4-fold. And repeat the same activity. Then note down your observation in your science diary. What do you observe? You know, the weight of the paper in both positions are same. Isn't it? The weight of the paper is same when it is folded and unfolded. Then why couldn't the paper be lifted up when unfolded? There exerted a force. There is an effect of force. What force is affected so that the paper could not be raised? You know, certain properties of air. Air is present all around us. Air requires space. Air possesses weight. Air exerts pressure, etc. This air exerts a force on the paper. Then due to that force, we cannot lift up the paper. Okay. Then next experiment with a syringe. When the piston is pulled back, the atmospheric pressure rushes into the barrel. You can see the parts of a syringe, barrel and piston. I hope you are familiar with syringe. When the piston is pulled back, the atmospheric air rushes into the barrel. When the piston is pushed forward, the air moves out from the barrel. Let's do few activities with the syringe. Then after pushing the piston into the syringe, close the open end of the syringe with our finger. Then pull the piston back and release. What would you observe? The next, after keeping the piston pulled back, close the open end of the syringe with a finger. Now push the piston in and release. What do you observe? Observe the movement of piston in each situation. What is the reason for these movements? The piston moves forward and backward, or it retains its original position due to the effect of force exerted by air. Then how the syringe works? The syringe works on the existence of atmospheric pressure. When the nozzle, the small hole of a syringe, is dipped in a liquid and its piston is withdrawn or moved backward, the pressure inside the syringe is lower. The pressure decreases. Then what about the atmospheric pressure outside? The greater atmospheric pressure acting on the surface of the liquid pushes the liquid up into the syringe. Then what about the pressure of gas? The force exerted by gas per unit area of the surface is called the pressure of gas, gaseous pressure. Then the force exerted per unit area by atmospheric air is called atmospheric pressure. That is the difference between gaseous pressure and atmospheric pressure. You know, atmosphere comprises of several gases that we discussed in last chapter. Then let's conclude. When the piston is pulled back, keeping the open end of the syringe closed, the pressure inside the barrel decreases. In order to equalize the pressure, the air from outside exerts force on the piston. Hence, the piston moves inward. Then, when the piston is pushed in, keeping the open end of the syringe closed, the air inside gets compressed. The pressure of the air is greater than that of the air outside. The inside pressure is greater compared to outside pressure. The pressure of air inside the barrel pushes the piston outward. Okay? Then, next experiment. Put an inflated small balloon, the expanded balloon, inside the barrel and repeat the same experiment. Note down your observation. Explain the reason for the expansion and the contraction of the balloon. Observation. When the piston is pulled back, keeping the open end of the syringe closed, the pressure inside the barrel decreases. Then the lower pressure inside the barrel makes the balloon be more expanded. Then when the piston is pushed in, keeping the open end of the syringe closed, the air inside the barrel gets compressed. The higher pressure inside the barrel, the pressure decreases. The pressure increases. The higher pressure inside the barrel makes the balloon be contracted. Opposite of expansion is contraction. Then the balloon contracted due to the high pressure inside the syringe, and the balloon expanded due to the low pressure inside the syringe. Then let's do another activity. Pour hot water into a glass bottle. You may select the empty spray bottle in your home. Fix a balloon at its mouth after pour the hot water out. Allow the bottle to cool. Note down your observation. What is the reason behind it? What would your observation? The balloon enters and inflates into the bottle. The balloon inflates inside the bottle. The balloon enters and inflates into the bottle. What's your conclusion? The air in the bottle gets heated and expands. As the air gets heated, it expands. When the bottle cools, the air inside the bottle also cools. Then the air contracts. Thus the pressure inside the bottle decreases, and by the pressure of atmospheric air outside, the balloon inflates. The atmospheric air pushes the balloon inside the bottle. The balloon inflates into the bottle. That's why the balloon inflates into the bottle. Then, barometer is a device used to measure atmospheric pressure. There are different types of barometers. It was a scientist named Torricelli who first made a barometer and measured atmospheric pressure. Evangelista Torricelli was born in Italy on 15th October 1608. He was a physicist and mathematician. He went to Florence in 1641 to work with Galileo. He formulated the principle of barometer using mercury. Mercury is the metal in liquid form. Okay. Then as suggested by Galileo, he formulated the principle of barometer using mercury. He discovered that the change in the level of mercury in the tube is due to the change in atmospheric pressure. Accordingly, he made a barometer in 1644. Then try to answer some questions. Name the device used to measure the atmospheric pressure. Name the scientist who first made a barometer. Which is the substance that he used in the barometer? It was by whose instruction Torricelli made the mercury barometer? Can you answer these questions? Then write all in science diary. Since we need to transfer liquid from a vessel kept at a higher level to another vessel. Haven't you seen the use of tubes for such cases as shown in figure? Can you transfer water from the bucket to another vessel using plastic tube? How can you transfer the liquid from one vessel to another? If the two vessels are placed in the same level, does the water flow down? No. Then why does the water enter the tube? If we suck the air out of the tube with our mouth and place it in the small vessel, due to the change in the atmospheric pressure, water enters into the tube. Then, if the bucket contains kerosene instead of water, what should we do? Is it safe to suck out air using the mouth? No. Then another instrument known as siphon. Siphon is used to transfer any liquids from one vessel to another vessel. Let's make a siphon. The materials required are 1.5 meter long plastic pipe and a small plastic bottle. Then method of construction: first cut a 10 cm long piece from the plastic pipe. Make a small hole at the bottom and on the lid of the plastic bottle. Then fix the long pipe through the hole at the bottom and small pipe through the hole in the lid so that the bottle is airtight. Then working of siphon: immerse the end of the long pipe in the water in the bucket placed at height. Then keeping the small pipe in another vessel, gently press and release the bottle 2 or 3 times in order to release out the air. You can see water flowing from the bucket to the lower vessel. Then we discussed here certain devices that work on the basis of atmospheric pressure, that is siphon, syringe, then straw, dropper, etc. These are the devices that work on the basis of atmospheric pressure. Then let's do another activity using a cardboard paper and glass of water. Try to do the same activity that indicate in the picture by using a glass of water and piece of cardboard. Why doesn't the water go out? The force caused by the atmospheric pressure act on the surface of cardboard is greater than the weight of the water in the glass. If the cardboard paper is too small, it cannot support the weight of water. So, we should select the suitable cardboard paper for the experiment. The force caused by the atmospheric pressure act on the surface of the cardboard is greater than the weight of the water in the glass. Here shows the weight of water and atmospheric pressure. The weight of the glass and water exert downward and atmospheric pressure exert upward. Write all these experiments in your science diary and rest in next.